All right, today is September 10th of 2024, and just gonna go over yesterday's price action as well as today's outlook. So yesterday I was looking for price to draw lower after trading into this imbalance here on the 1 hour. Obviously this should be green, but I changed it to red because I'll be looking at a today's outlook. But anyways. So again, I did expect this imbalance here to act as resistance. Same thing here. I expected this imbalance here to act as resistance after it swept the high here. And during the live stream, I did take a couple of trades. I think it was two. And then as soon as I disconnected, I took another one. But I'll go over that. So I'll go over that in a second here. Again, so what I expected was price swept this high here, swept this low. Then price drew into this imbalance in the 1 hour along with this 1 hour order block here. On NQ, it did not necessarily touch the 1 hour block. But as soon as I noticed that price was rejecting that area or the 1 hour imbalance, I did expect for price to rebalance and imbalance down here on the 4 hour. Same thing here on the 4 hour. So this was the leg that I was trying to catch. Okay, so on the 15-minute, I didn't see anything after price swept the highs. Right here, there was nothing. There was no entry, no tipping of its hand to me, telling me to get short. What I was looking for a basically I was looking for displacement lower first, and I think I got duped twice. First here, and then second here, and then third is when I actually caught it. You can't see it here on the on the 5-minute though, but you can see the fact that price did draw a swing high and a swing low. Same thing here on ES. On NQ, you notice that you have a swing high, swing low. So this is a defined swing high, swing low. Why? Because the bodies of the candles close below the first one to reach that high. Same thing here. This doji price closed below. This next body closed below. Actually closed right above, but still 3 bodies, one below the other body. So that makes this a well-defined 5-minute swing high. So I wanted a swing high, swing low to get swept first. But as you can see on the 1 minute, I didn't get that. Right, okay, so this is the 5-minute. Here we have a balanced price range. Same thing here. I thought that this right here was the sweep that I was looking for. Right here. On ES though. On NQ, I thought that I thought that this right here was the swing high, swing low on the 1 minute. After price swept the low, here price swept the high, jumped in right here, took a stop right here. Going on to the next one, took a short here, got stopped out right here. Last one we had, now this is a good manipulation leg as well as this one. This one isn't. Okay, these are manipulation legs. These try to entice traders into going long because they think that the market is going to move without them. But as soon as you get that move up, you get displacement lower. Institutional overflow entry drill, jumped in here. I actually jumped in right around here, which made my stop pretty good. And I took this short here. What I wanted to see is I wanted to see price close and have trouble getting above this breaker here and this breaker here. Okay, and so once price had the first draw lower, price did have a little troubling time getting through here, but it did sweep this low with this candle here. On the retracement, price, as you can see, did not close. It did tap above the breaker, but as you can see, price still closed below. Ended up covering as soon as price swept this low over here, and that was it for me. So made back the initial 2 losses that I had with this long run, about 105 or 110 points, I believe. And that was it for me. Same thing here. I did not get in on this, but if I would have, I probably would have gotten in right here on this institutional order flow entry drill. This over here is a breakaway gap. There was another entry over here, but I won't. Actually, it was right here on the lower time frame though, on the 30-second. Same thing as it did up here, it did over here to conclude the market maker sell model. All right, so I did try an afternoon setup because once price swept this high, once price swept this high on the 5-minute, right here. So once price swept this high over here, I expected for price to come back and sweep these lows down here. Ended up taking a short right here after I noticed this propulsion block right here. Order block here, propulsion. Actually, order block here, propulsion block right here. Notice how price closed below, sent price lower, and then with these two candles, I noticed another propulsion block, and so I ended up using this breaker here. Right here's, as you can see, price respected consequent encroachment, respected this order block, got it. I think I jumped in right around here, covered into this down move right there. I did have another contract, but I ended up getting stopped out on that. So once I realized that we were retracing, or at least I believe that we were retracing higher, I wanted price to trade into 50% of the range, which was right over here. And I got in one more time for the 1600 macro. Now the only problem was that I actually got in front of price, which was I first got on here, didn't cover because this right here is not 1550 for the 1600 macro. Ended up holding. Should have covered here as soon as price touched or got close to 50% of the range, and I didn't. And I got stopped out right here. Well, I took the stop because I realized that we were actually respecting this unicorn setup right here, and then price decided to, well, not decided, continue to draw higher, sweeping this high here. So today, what am I expecting? I'm expecting the draw on liquidity to be higher. I'm expecting the draw on liquidity to sweep Friday's highs. Actually, was it Friday or Thursday's highs, I believe, or Friday, one of those two. Yeah, it was Friday. It was Friday. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna load data before I come in every morning now because it just makes it easier for me to add all the pay more attention to the PD arrays when I'm doing that. Okay, so again, today I am expecting for price to draw higher. On ES, I would expect for price to sweep this high here to complete a market maker buy model. Same thing here on ES. The only problem is we do have a gap off of yesterday's price action where price drew higher and did not close this gap here. Today we do have a draw higher. It just swept into the gap here. So again, if it goes on to sweep this high, then this gap is still intact. The only way that this gap will be voided is if it sweeps this high over here. Here we do have an immediate rebalance here. So again, I would like for price to sweep this high here, but the objective for the week for me are the lows, because we drew a new week opening gap down here, and whenever price reprices everything, rebalances everything, price does tend to target new week opening gaps or any gaps that are that have been drawn within its life cycle. For weeks, it's 5 weeks. For days, it's 5 days. So again, I would expect for price to draw lower here after rebalancing this whole area. Now, if we sweep this high or not, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. On the 4-hour, we have, or at least price has rebalanced this whole imbalance here. Okay, and that means that price is disrespecting bearish PD arrays and respecting bullish PD arrays. All right, as you can see here, it closed above here, so that's a disrespect on the 4-hour time frame. Here, it respected this 4-hour imbalance, and of course, that's why price is drawing higher. We do have relative equal lows here that I would like to target here going into the rest of the next few days. Geez, I just lost my train of thought. Right. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Anyways, I don't even know what I was thinking. On the 6-minute, we do have a sweep here. This low, so it makes logical sense that price is drawing higher. We do have a completion of a market maker buy model here. So what it decides to do afterwards, I have no idea just yet. So I'll be looking for a 15-minute swing high, swing low today. I don't want to get short at these highs, because if this market maker, if this buy model here works out, then this is the what do you call that? This is the target right here. So what I'm looking for is I want to see this gap and the next gap get drawn. I want to see flat tops as well. I don't want to see tops like this where you get what do they call them, mohawks at the highs. I want to see gaps drawn in the middle so I could maybe get into a trade later on in the afternoon. But again, I still have no idea really, because again, if price were down here, then I would like to get into this market maker buy model here. But since it already joined to the high, swept the high, I have no idea if it wants to reverse, because again, we are at a daily gap here, and daily gaps will always trounce anything below a daily time frame, 4-hour, 1-hour, and all of that stuff. Here we do have a 1-hour gap, well, inverse. I want to see, it's actually not an inverse yet because price has yet, actually it just closed, so I want to see how it closed up here. Here I want to see price close above here like this, so maybe I could get the end of the move if it decides to sweep this highs here. Same thing here. I would like to see price close above this extreme premium area here, and also above consequent encroachment of this order block right here. Same thing here. I want to see price close above these areas here. If it violates these areas here, what I mean by that is if price does something like this, meaning it closes up here, and I would like for prices to kind of like do this, kind of give off time distortion, because this right here again is a market maker buy model, with this being the breaker. So you put in standard deviations and you have 200 and 250 here, 2R and 2.5R here. Time distortion usually appears in this area if price is going to draw higher. If it's not going to draw higher, then I would have expected for price to reject this area up here somewhere. Same thing here. I would have expected price to reject this area here, because we do again have a standard deviation area here. Let me actually add it. Actually, not a standard deviation, a unicorn setup. It's actually easier to see on the 15 minutes, so let's look at it like that. Okay, so on the 15 minute, again, on the 15 minute, I am watching this right here is an inverted gap from a couple of weeks ago, which was right here. I want to see this area act as resistance. Right, so here on the 15 minute, if this area is going to reject, I want to see something like this. Something like that. and I want to see price have trouble getting above these areas here. Same thing here. If I'm going to be looking to get short on the 15-minute, I want to see something like this. Same thing up here. All right. I don't want to see that up here though. I don't want to see it up here close to this high here, because if I do see that, then that means these areas are the areas that are going to get targeted. So yeah, that's my plan for today. We do have relative equal lows over here as well as over here, so I will look to target these areas if for some reason we decide to draw lower. So again, I have no idea what price is going to do just yet. We are already above constant encroachment of this order block. If price on the 1 hour closed above this area, then I can go ahead and void this, because we are most likely going to target these highs. So today I am bullish until I see otherwise, until I see clear displacement on the 15-minute. So let's go ahead and connect and see where price drew after I disconnected, which was 8:30. All right, let's see where we are. It's too crowded also, so I want to get rid of a bunch of things depending on how price opened and closed at 9. Okay, perfect. All right, so we have violated this area here, so I can go ahead and remove this. We closed above constant encroachment, so I can go ahead and remove this as well. Let's take a look here. We're still within this area here, so I'll just leave it at that for now. We did create a gap down here. Here we didn't really create a gap. So I think the what I'll be doing what I'll be doing is I want to see how the 10 o'clock 1 hour candle closes, because if we get, as you can see, we haven't swept the highs yet here. Same thing here, we haven't swept the high here. So what I want to see is I want to see an inside candle get drawn, maybe down here with this gap opened. Same thing here, inside candle, maybe down here with this gap opened, or this one right here opened. This one doesn't have the gap. And then maybe we get a draw lower and then higher. There's no SMT at the highs, no SMT at the lows. Let's take a look at YM. Let's take a look at his calendar. Sir Pickle, that's his name. It's just a guy I follow on Twitter. He posts the the calendar sometimes. I mean, I do have it on my Excel document, but here we go. Okay, so today is a trade day. So price should be fluid. Not necessarily big days, a big what do you call that? Not necessarily a big news day. I would say medium impact news. Okay, so if we sweep the highs here though on NQ, I'll still be looking at this gap here for price to trade later on. Now the only way, again, okay, we just swept the high. So the only way I'll trade this gap is if we get a 5-minute setup, because this is a 1 hour that I'm looking at. So on the 5-minute, what I would be looking for is a draw of a swing high, a swing low, then we get a sweep of the swing high, a sweep of the swing low, meaning that I want to see something like this. They have to be very defined swing highs, swing lows on the 5-minute. Then we first sweep the swing highs, enticing buyers to get into the market. Then we get a quick flush down, enticing buyers to get short. Then we get a reversal pattern where it's actually my favorite types of plays, because those are always where I'd like to get in on LRB, which is a low risk buy, right before the displacement takes over. We get the displacement, then we get a retracement into 50% of the range. Then I'd like to add some more, and then you get the move higher. Right now, this is right here. This does look like first stage and then second stage. We might get a third stage. Many people say technically there should only be two stages, but I've seen it sometimes where you have three stages of consolidation before price continues on to the area. Now, I would like, for me, I would like for this swing high to get broken into, but not on NQ. And NQ, I would like because we do have this daily gap here. But even if it sweeps this high, that's still fine. That would still mean that this plays intact. I would expect to short up here. That's where I want to get short at. Same thing here. I do want to get short up in this area here. But that all depends on how price reacts in this area here. Okay, it all depends on how price reacts in this area here to see if we do get the completion of the sell model here. But again, we are on a downtrend, and price does like to leave generated liquidity, meaning that every new high does not sweep the previous swing high. Since we already swept here, again, that's why I want to see a swing high, swing low, swing high swept, swing low gets swept, and then you get the continuation higher. So that's what I want to see on the 5-minute, because so far I can't come up with a good reason as to why I should get short. On the 1 hour here, as you can see, it did close above these previous swing highs. Same thing here, previous swing highs. If I wanted to get short, I would want to see price close kind of like this one here. After it swept this swing high, it closed all the way down here. I'm not saying it needs to close all the way down here, but I would like to see it kind of like this one right here. After it swept this high, these two candles swept but still closed below this one. The second one afterwards closed pretty bearish. So that's the type of price action I would like to see on the 1 hour if I wanted to make a case for a short play. Same thing here. If I wanted to make a case for a short play, I wouldn't want to see price close very bearish. Even here, after it swept this candle here did not sweep this high, but as you can see, as soon as it swept here, immediately rejected, giving us a pretty good play. Same thing here. It did close above here, but as you can see, since I was expecting price to reject this area, the next one closed pretty bearish. And so today, again, I am looking for internal to external. So I want to see a swing high, swing low, and then the draw higher. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Yeah, see, as you can see here, price has yet to do anything with this 50% of the range here. So to me, I think ES is more likely to sweep the high than NQ, because it does have a couple of handles, about 50 handles left to sweep this high, or 60, whatever it is called. So it does make logical sense for price to maybe reject in this area here, but not on ES. ES, we do have a immediate rebalance off of yesterday, which touched Thursday's high. As you can see here, drew lower, so that's an immediate rebalance, but we are still drawing higher. So that's why I'm not necessarily bearish yet. All the cases that I'm making right now are for bullish price action, or I see bullish price action. I don't see price coming back to this area. The 830 open was over here again. So I would like to use the 830 open to get long. Is it the 830 open? Yeah, it's the 830 open, which is right here, 830 open. So if you do want to get long, you have to get long above, below 830. As you can see here, if you want to get long for the daily candle, then you would want to get long here, right in this area here at 745. Same thing here, you would want to get short here, long here. So now That's why you have to use the 8:30 open. This right here is an old high, and it can act as what's the word? It can act as, geez, support. All right. Not seeing anything on the 15-minute. The only thing I do see is SMT between this low and this low here. Higher high on NQ, lower low on ES right here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. I need to see. Right, so this is the unicorn I'm talking about. Swing low, swing high, swing low, unicorn right here. Swing low, swing high, swing low, unicorn here. I don't think price comes down back to this area. If it does, then I'll be highly surprised. So I'll be mindful of that. Do I need to add anything else though? No, I don't. Everything's already been added. I do see this as being the swing high, swing low on the 5-minute. So I'll take this one is not as defined on the 15-minute, but I think on the 5-minute we will see something good. We are still drawing higher here. Again, this right here is extreme discount, extreme premium, and this would be my first target if I get in on NQ instead of ES. I think ES is the much more enticing one because it is closer to extreme. It is closer to the terminus area here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Okay. All right. So, geez, I don't like this swing at all. Yep, none of this looks good. Really doesn't. I thought it would be defined, but I don't see a swing high, swing low on the 5-minute either. I am gonna be watching this though. Where is it? Right here. And same thing here. I am gonna be watching this. So I think I will see a. I think we will see a setup for the 10 o'clock model if price is to draw higher. Take a look at the 1-minute. So I do see a sell model happen right up here. So these lows should get targeted, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to get short. I'm looking to get long. I don't see anything on the 5-minute, so much less on the on the 1-minute yet. So I'll keep my eyes on the 5-minute for now. Again, I want to see like this right here is a pretty good setup. If the next 5-minute body closes down here, so then this would be the swing high, swing low. Then the next few candles we sweep the swing high, get back into the swing low, and we enter long for a continuation play. Now the only way I will be looking to take shorts is if for some reason price immediately comes down here, violates all of these areas, then I'll most likely target relative equal lows down here. But at this point right now, I'm not really necessarily looking to take a short up here. It does look enticing, but I'm not looking to do that. Because as you can see, it just traded into this order block here. So let's see how it closes now within the next 5 minutes. Okay, I've seen this before, but it's not my type of setup. I'm just not comfortable taking these types of setups because this is not the gap. It's actually this now, right here. There's a tiny little gap here, but actually it's this whole area here. But it's just not my type of setup. Okay, so the wide candle on NQ, again, my bullish bias stands, but ES is having trouble getting above that. So I do like ES better. Well, and for my type of trading, I don't like. If I would have gotten long here, I'd probably be way out of the market by now because as it stands right now, yeah, ES is very strong. I mean NQ. And that again is SMT between NQ and ES, because ES did not break this low, NQ did. Two minutes till the 5 minute closes. We just traded into a 2R on both ES and NQ right here. If I were to assume the price were gonna continue higher, then I want to see price close above these areas here on NQ. ES, I really don't have anything. I don't want to use this as a swing high, swing low. So I'm going to just keep watching. Actually, let's take a look at the 1 minute because this could be a continuation play here. Low risk buy. Okay, I think I like this right here. If price is going to continue drawing higher, I want to see it completely displace higher and close above this breaker block over here. We got a breakaway gap here. Interesting. I'm liking that rejection on ES. Price closed a couple of ticks above extreme discount, extreme premium. It keeps closing the 1 hour gap here. And we still have, there's no longer SMT between ES and NQ. I do like the displacement lower, but I'm just not too sold on this just yet. So I'll remain bullish. Because when it comes to switching biases, I could get short up here and I might get lucky, you know, but the fact is that if we just continue drawing higher, then that's a loss for me. So I would much rather wait for price to come all the way down here so I could catch the last stage of distribution. But if this ends up being the entry, then this could be the low risk buy that I'm looking for. This right here is the breaker block right here. So if price is going to go draw lower, then it's going to have trouble getting above this breaker block here. Same play as yesterday. It's closing this gap. Ooh, okay. All right, I'm gonna wait on a quick retracement because I am getting that feeling. Same play as I did yesterday. Right here. I want to see price come back up here so I can get in. I'm gonna give it a try. Just one. Okay. All right, so I'm in. My stop is above this order block here. It'll be quick though, because I do want to see quick displacement lower. I don't want to see price dangle around. Actually, it's not that. It's this right here. What does it look like on the 1 hour? Yep, I want to see that. Okay. I don't want to see price close above that. If it does, then I'll get out real quick. Yep, not liking that. Next candle. Yep, exactly. That's why. All right, I'm gonna give it one more try. Micros, so no biggie, and the range is not that bad. I'll be targeting these equal lows down here. Yep, see, it's definitely violating those areas. So I'm gonna move back to the 5 minute. Much easier to look there. All right. Okay. It's much easier to do it this way. There you go. So we have order block, propulsion block. The next 5 minute candle, I don't want to see it close. Well, I want to see it leave like a maybe a wick up top. But the next candle, I don't want. I want to see an immediate draw lower. If it doesn't, then I'll just get out. And never mind, it's not going to. This gap just keeps on closing on the 1 hour. Same thing here. We have a order block, propulsion block. Kind of dangerous though, since I am bullish, but I like this displacement lower. So we'll see. If the displacement would have been lethargic, then I would not be taking this trade. But it all depends on how this one closes. We have about 30 seconds left, and how the next one appears. Yep, I don't like that at all. Okay. All right, let's see how this one. If it sweeps the high, then I'm out. I don't want it to go back above anymore. Ooh, okay, I like this. I really don't like any of these setups. So I'm just going to take it off for now and see what price does. I'll just take it off at break even. Perfect. All right, so I'm out. Tiny loss so far, but I'm bullish, so I'm just gonna keep watching to see what price does. Okay, there is SMT on the 15-minute, but no clear entry. There was something on ES right here, but still I want to see how it does here. Yep, I'm glad I got out. Just hit 50% of this displacement, but I would expect for this area to get violated. Still nothing. So it does look like we're going to leave this gap opened. That's how I would like my my setup. Good. Yeah, absolutely no setup for me. Okay, so now we have the macro just started. 10 minutes until this gap closes, or the 1 hour candle closes. Yeah, I'm better off just staying away. We already have sweep of low and high on the 1 minute. So the only thing I'm looking for right now is displacement higher. That's it. That's the only thing I'm looking for. There is SMT between low and high right now. Yep, there you go. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see if it decides to do what I think it'll do. Okay. All right, I like this SMT. All right, I'm gonna take this long here, low risk buy. Okay. I want to see price violate this area here. SMT between this low and this low here, and this low and this low here. And my target would be up here. My stop is a little wide, but I am on micros. What I am looking for is I want to see a draw higher. I want to see displacement. If I don't see displacement, then I'm not getting in. Then I'm not adding to it. Okay. All right, I'm not liking that. If I were to change my mind on getting out of this contract, I don't want to see this candle immediately reject. It's fine if it closes black. If a down close candle closes like here, but if it closes down here, then I'm out. As you can see, the last second it basically closed higher, so that's a pretty bullish sign. We have relative equal highs here, but I would expect for this area to get swept. Maybe leave this gap opened. If this, whether this one remains open or not, I would want this gap to be drawn like this, because what that would mean is that I want to see maybe something like this and then draw higher. Good. I like this setup, but we'll see. Okay, so here's what this is the area I'm looking for. If it comes and visits this area once again, that's fine with me as long as I keep on seeing the price hold off above 50% of the range. All right, so far so good. And again, my target is the high. And the crazy thing is I actually took a mini with this one, so wow. Come on, draw higher. Okay, so it could come back to this area. I wouldn't want it to. I would want price to maybe test this area here. Three more minutes until the candle closes. There is no gap over here. There is this right here. Right there. I want to see how it reacts here. Okay, so this is right here is what I was looking at. Okay, here it is. This is the moment of truth. I don't want price to come back. Well, I would like for it to tap it, maybe tap this, but that's it. I don't want to see price even. Oof. Let's see what it does there. Ooh, I'm not liking that. Come on. All right, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for price to dangle. I want it to immediately react. And this right here is the breaker block. I want the candles to remain opening and closing above this area here. Oh man, well this sucks. I probably should have taken it off up here, but that's fine. Oof, definitely not liking that. Candle closed within the breaker. Come on. Okay. Couple more seconds. Here we go. Okay. Come on. Draw higher. See how the next candle works. It might come back to fill this void, little void here, but if it doesn't, then that's good. For me at least. We closed above this inverse here. That's a good sign. Pretty good sign. We are leaving a tiny imbalance here. Couple more seconds. Okay, so we just closed that. I don't want it to come back down. Again, that's still SMT between ES and NQ. So now we should get the move. Yeah, we should get the move because now there's like 2 stages of SMT. Couple more seconds. All right, here we go. So this should be the area where we get the incoming candles. Come on. Still respected this again. Still watching this. This is where we should get it. Well, I'm expecting it to, but it's not happening. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's not happening. Maybe now. And maybe not. Oh, darn. Maybe the next one. We'll see. All right, so it looks like we're not getting it. I don't like that ES is drawing lower. And Q still keeps on respecting this right here. All right, so I'm going to put my stop here at 51.50, and that'll be it for me. Yep, there it is. All right, so I took my stop. Darn, it just did not want to work. All right, well, that's unfortunate. Watch it work now. Okay, good. All right, so overall, small loss, still within my loss parameters. I think I gave back yesterday's profit, which is again very unfortunate. But I'm glad that I followed my rules. I should have taken some off here, but I didn't, obviously, and I ended up getting stopped out after price took this low here. So um, we did get a close right at this breaker. So not sure what happens now. I still do believe that these highs is a target. So so we'll see. This could be the manipulation side of the breaker block. I mean of the yeah, it is. Oh, that's hilarious. Hmm. Wow. Just wow. Yeah, it is. Oh man. Well, that blows. Okay. All right. So what do I do now? What am I looking for? I would look for continuation now. That's the only thing I can look for. Is if price continues drawing higher, then this is definitely the target. Jeez. And it does make sense that this right here is the thing. You know what? Let's give it one more try. Yeah, it's definitely gonna go for it. Well, that totally blows. All right, so I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm not trading anymore because I'm gonna leave my trade for the afternoon session. Because if price does what I think it'll do, then I'm all set to be ready for the afternoon session. We closed above this area here, so that's a violation of that. I wouldn't want price to come down here if I'm long. This is a turtle soup entry. Jeez. Right here. Turtle soup entry. This would be my entry if I wanted to get long at 50% of the range. All right, let me give it a try here on ES because I really like the setup now. This is the kind of, reminds me of the setup from last Costco encroachment. Never mind. I was just about to because I wanted to see what the next candle would do. Yep, I was just about to give it a shot. Oh, that's right. I never rearranged the. There it is. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. Did it close the whole gap? Sure did. There's still SMT here. All right. See what we do at those lows. It looks like we're going to draw through those lows all the way down there. Okay, so if we do draw towards these lows, what I am going to be looking for is second stage, because that was the plan, really. My plan was to get long here. I didn't get that long. Well, I actually did, but my dumbass decided not to cover as soon as price swept this high here. Um, it actually doesn't frustrate me because I stuck with my plan. Um, yeah, I stuck with my plan. So the only thing that frustrates me is the fact that yeah, I should have covered up here because I was trading on the 1 minute, but I saw shiny things up here and got burned for that. So that's fine. At least I read price correctly here, at least momentarily. But now that price is down here, I will. What I do want to see is again, I'm not looking to get. I'm not looking to get long anymore because yeah, I'm not looking to get long anymore. What I do want to see is I want to see. I'm just going to follow price. What I do want to see is I want to see price violate this area here. Well, not violate. I want to see price respect this area here. If it respects it and continues drawing lower, then I will get second stage over here somewhere. This is institutional order flow entry drill. So I would expect price to continue drawing lower. I would not expect for price to come back and revisit this area here. There you go. I mean, it can, but what I mean is I wouldn't expect this high to get swept anymore. That's the 1 hour gap. Yep, that's the 1 hour gap. If it sweeps this high, then it's probably going to come back up and rebalance these areas up here. Yep. But anyways, this is the order block I'm paying attention to. If it comes back to revisit this area, then I don't want price to come back and close above these areas here, because then that would violate 50% of this range here. There you go, right there. That's what I'm looking for. Anyways, I'll call it there. Again, I'm not frustrated today because I followed my plan, and the only thing I messed up on is not covering after price swept the highs, or I got enough points to call it a day. But yeah, that's it for today. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you tomorrow.